Hi guys! We are going over lesson 25, our last journeys lesson, vocab words. Okay? Sorry, I just went for a walk outside and those lights are kind of glary, aren't they? So my hair's a little messed up, but I was glad to get outside. It was nice. It was a little chilly, but it was good to get out. Okay, let's go over our vocab words for lesson 25. And did I mention that that was our last lesson in Journeys? I did, right? Okay. Okay. First vocab word is expedition. Expedition. An expedition is a journey made by a group of people for a specific purpose. Many explorers went on expeditions, right, to find something or to discover new land. This one says, adventurer Edmund Hillary led an expedition to climb Mount Everest. So it's a journey made by a group. Okay? The next one is tributaries. Tributaries. Take a look at this picture. This is giving us a hint about what it is. Tributaries have to do with water. Okay? They're smaller streams or rivers that flow into larger rivers. Okay? Down south of here is the Utah Lake. And there are several tributaries that lead into Utah Lake. The Provo River that comes down, the canyon, Provo Canyon, it's a river that comes down all the way through, and that actually leads into Utah Lake. That's called a tributary. Okay, so this might help you. Let's think of a way that we can kind of use some word association or just kind of a hint to help us. Let's think tributary. I think of the word contribute. So it's a smaller body of water that contributes to a bigger body of water. Does that help you at all? A smaller stream or river that flows into larger rivers. Or lakes, I would say. I don't know. Anyway, okay, we got it? Okay, next. Trek. Trek. Take a look at these people in the picture. A trek is a slow, hard journey. A lot of you might think of like a journey, climbing Mount Everest would definitely be a trek. Sometimes a trip to the grocery store is a trek. It depends on who you go with. And if you go with kids, it can be a trek. When you go by yourself, it's awesome. Excuse me. A little bit of a runny nose today. I'm not sick, don't worry. Walking to school might be a trek for some people. If it is a slow, hard journey, then it could be a trek. Pioneers crossing the plains to come westward. A lot of people went up to Oregon or California or here to Utah, and they went on a trek. It was a slow, hard journey. It took months. They brought their stuff in wagons, and that was a trek. Okay, next. Barrier. Barrier. I'm trying to look at the picture. A barrier is something that blocks movement or passage. Can you think of a barrier? I could think of a physical barrier. There's curbs or those cement blocks at the end of a parking space that prevents cars from moving too far forward, right? Or going up on the curb or the sidewalk. That is a barrier. But there's other types of barriers too. Think about laziness in our schoolwork. How is laziness a barrier to learning? I got you there, didn't I? A short little fence around a garden could be a barrier, keeping out small critters, right? Rabbits and other things. So a barrier is something that blocks movement or passage. It prevents things from passing through it. Okay? 5, despite. Despite. Despite is used to explain that something happened that was surprising or unusual considering the circumstances. Okay? Let's see. Many of you today on our Zoom chat were happy and excited despite the news that school would be closed for the rest of the year. So something's happening even though circumstances could make it not. That did not come out very well. I'm trying to use part of the definition in my words. Let's see. Maybe, we could use, how about someone in our class made an amazing art project using lots of different colors despite their color blindness. I found out today that a couple of kids in our class are colorblind, and I did not realize that before. Isn't that interesting? Okay, there we go. I hope we got despite. Next one, number 6, fulfilled. Fulfilled. If someone fulfilled a goal, he or she achieved it. Okay. This one says the astronaut fulfilled his lifelong dream of going to the moon. So he achieved his goal of going to the moon, so he fulfilled it. If he achieved his goal, he fulfilled his goal. Okay. A lot of you fulfilled your goal of completing your Give Me Liberty requirements. And as for that, I hope you all are listening. I don't know that we're going to be completing that this year. Circumstances are just not the best. If you want to still complete the whole thing and do everything, you talk to me, send me an email. We'll see what we can do and if I can help you with that. But as for everybody else, I just don't know that we're going to be completing all of those. Okay? Okay. Anyway. Okay. That had nothing to do. Well, it did. It had a lot to do. I connected with a sentence. Range. Range is our next one. Look at that old cowboy. I love it. What a cool picture. A range is a group of mountains. Have you ever heard the song, Home, Home on the Range? That was very out of key. Where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the sky is not cloudy. Did I say it? Not cloudy all day. I don't know. You're welcome. Range is a group of mountains. The mountain range that we live by, we actually live between 2 mountain ranges. We have the Ochre Mountains to the west, and then we have the Wasatch Mountains to the east. Those are 2 mountain ranges that we live by. I'm in a weird mood today, you guys. You can tell. Started with that math video. If you watched that yesterday, right? It's a weird day. Number 8, techniques. Techniques are ways of doing tasks. Mrs. Norman's techniques for teaching are different, obviously. I'm weird today, but different than Mrs. Goodwin's or Mrs. Palmer's. We do things differently. We have different techniques. This hiker knows different techniques or methods for starting a campfire. And you all have different techniques for doing things as well. I'm sure that you will have different techniques for completing your work at home. Some people get up really early in the morning and they do it all on their own. Some other people might have sibling help, or they may Google things when they have questions. They just have different ways of doing things, or different techniques, different methods even. Some of you solve math problems in different ways. That doesn't mean you get a different answer. It just means you do it differently. And that's really cool. Okay, techniques. Number 9, resumed. If you resumed doing something, you started again. Okay, so let me read this sentence. After resting, this boy resumed his bike ride. He felt ready to ride again. If you pause this video and then start it again, you're resuming the video. You could pause anything at home, right? Your TV or your video game to go do something. You gotta run to the bathroom or something, and then you resume it later. Okay? So, to start something again. Last one, edible. Edible. Something that is edible is safe to eat. And the hint that I have for this one, edible means eatable. Edible is eatable. It is safe to eat. That's your hint on this one. Hikers need to know which berries are edible or eatable and which ones they must not eat. And that's true. You shouldn't eat anything from the mountains unless you know that it is safe. So you got to check with a parent, right? Okay. The vegetables that you get at the grocery store are edible. You might not think so, but vegetables are edible. They are eatable. You should eat them. They're good for you. That's it for vocab today. If you have any questions, for sure leave a comment or email me. Have a great day. I will talk to you later.